Good morning, guys. Have a nice day to everyone. Cherry here again from Boracay. Today we are going to the beach and I will find someone there to interview, especially foreigners. Much better if he or she is the first timer here in Boracay Island. Okay, let's go. Yes, we are already here now on the front beach, and of course we are close to Dimo, and of course this is one of the busiest spot here in the island. So hot right now. Okay guys, we saw one of our tourists here and meet, what's your name, sir?
Raju.
Raju. Where are you from?
I am from Denmark.
Wow. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. The beach is really nice and the water is like the perfect temperature so you can cool down. Yeah, I'm having a good time. And I'm in good company, so everything's good.
Ah, that's right. This is your first time here in the Philippines or not?
Yeah, it is. I got here like 3 weeks ago and I have 1 week left. Exactly.
Which part of the Philippines you already visited?
I started out in Manila and then I rented a motorbike and I drove south and took a ferry to Mindoro and I spent a few days there. And I went to Laguna. Then I went to Angeles City,
Oh yeah, it's
and
nice there.
it was a crazy place.
Yeah.
But I'm a crazy person, so it's all right.
Okay. This is your first time here in Boracay.
It is, yeah.
How's Boracay for you?
I don't know. So when I got here, it was in the evening, and you couldn't see the beach. Well, I could see the beach, but it was dark. I couldn't see the color of the beach. I couldn't. So I was like, this is not that impressive. And there was like the nightlife, and I'm not like a huge party person, usually. But and then the day after, I went to the beach, and it was like so white and so clear, and the water looks amazing. So that was kind of shocking experience. I've been many places in the world. I've been to like Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. I've been to Cambodia, Indonesia,
Wow.
Colombia, and I think this beach is probably the nicest I've seen anywhere. It's definitely better than in Denmark.
Oh, do you think it's recommendable to your friends to visit Boracay?
It depends on what their preferences are. If they like going to the beach and doing like beach activities, and if they want to go drinking, and if they want to look at beautiful girls, and then I think it's a good place. If they want to go look at culture and museums, then it's a terrible place. Depends on what kind of person you are.
Right. Yeah. How about you gonna say about Filipinas, Filipino woman?
Oh, they're always late. They're running on Filipino time,
Yeah.
which is usually gonna be like an hour late.
Yeah.
And you really have to. I think if you come from the West, you really have to adjust to it. I myself, I get kind of mad. In on the inside, I yeah, that's like negative for me. But they're always in a good mood, and if you spend time with them, you're always gonna have a good time. And they're like they don't worry too much. It's like a carefree. I would say there's maybe like a money issue with them, and it's something that's always in the back of the head. But but overall, I think they have a carefree lifestyle and a mindset that's positive, and that's very different from Denmark. Not that I'm going to talk about Denmark too much. Don't visit Denmark, please. Go to Boracay. Don't go to Denmark. The women are beautiful, and it's cheaper. It's not super cheap, but it's cheaper than a lot of Western places. And you're gonna have a good time.
Um, if you have a chance, which part here in the Philippines you want to visit?
That I haven't been to yet. I haven't really. Well, my original intention was to go to Baguio instead of flying to Iloilo from Manila. But I changed my mind because it's a 6 or 7 hour bus ride
Oh, that's so long
each
trip.
way, each way, and the flight to Iloilo, which was $20 from which and it's a super long. It's over an hour, and that took an hour. That's an hour flight, and it's so much cheaper and it's less of a hassle. But I heard I would like to go to Baguio because I heard it's in the mountains and it's cooler climate.
Yeah, it's really nice
It's
there.
a nice place. So that is one place I would like to go.
While you are staying here in the Philippines, have you tried some Filipino foods? What foods are you usually already tried and one
Um,
of your favorite, let's say like that.
I would say I have two I really like. I like the adobo,
Oh, what kind
but
of adobo?
specifically the one with the potatoes and the pork. And I don't remember what the content is, but I like the sizzling sisig.
Ah, pork sisig.
Yes,
Ah, yeah,
that,
that's good.
that one's nice too.
Have you tried sinigang? Kind of sinigang, like pork sinigang?
Yes, I did try it, but I don't. It's hard to distinguish it for me because everything is new. So I just look at the menu and I'm like, okay, do I recognize this name? Did I try this before? And if I didn't, unless it's seafood. I'm not crazy about seafood, but
Okay. Oh,
even here on the island, you can get by even if you don't like seafood. But if you like seafood, it's really good. I think
yeah.
there's so many options, and I think it's fresh. They catch it like here. So it's local.
How about the, like for example, uh, let's comparing the prices of some foods or hotel. Like for example, in Iloilo compared to Boracay, what you gonna say about it?
I don't think I'm the best person to ask because in Iloilo I stayed in a weird guest house where they wanted me to marry the granddaughter and they wanted to baptize me. So that was an interesting experience, and I think I paid like 800 a night.
Ah, this cheaper.
No, but I'm paying like 500 here.
Ah,
But that's because I'm in a hospital
yeah.
with 5 other people, and I have a private room in the other one. So it's hard to compare. But I think overall, accommodation is going to be more expensive. Uh, but in Iloilo, you don't have the option. They don't have a hospital. So I pretty much took the cheapest option, and it's more expensive than the cheapest option here.
Iloilo is very nice place.
It is. It is. I enjoyed it. I stayed there for a few days.
If ever
They have beautiful girls.
the
Uh,
yeah, Ilongga girls are so pretty. They're so sweet as well. You know, it depends. It depends to the people, to the person. And you know, it's naturally Filipinos are so kind.
I agree. I agree. I haven't had any issues at all, even though I'm traveling alone. And but also I am mindful of my behavior. Like I don't go out and get super hammered and black out and fall asleep on the street. I don't think that's advisable, but I think you could actually do it and still be safe, especially here because there's so many tourists and there's like more security than other
Yeah,
places.
yeah.
So I think in terms of safety, I haven't had any issues at all. And I even walked like in the middle of the night, like in sketchy alleyways, and everybody's just smiling and saying, "Hey, man, what's going on?" And I haven't had any issues at all.
Even they approach you in a nice way.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing this is not related to this area, but in Manila, I did have like one experience, but it was more like a joke because I was in a very foreign. It was like in the slums, and there's like all these guys with tattoos, and I don't know.
Yeah.
And he said after I walked past him, he said, "Yo, man, give me all your money." Then I turned
Oh,
around. He
really?
said it as a joke.
Oh,
But if I was gonna be like a pussy and just be like, "Oh yes, here's my money," then he would take it. I think. But I turned around and said, "No, you give me your money." And then he just laughed, and then I walked away.
Yeah, they are having fun.
Yeah, so
Or
I think you gotta man up sometimes. Like, because if I handle it, like, if I was super scared and whatever, it could have been a
yeah,
different scenario.
yeah, that's true.
Because he was, I think it was like a test. Um, so that's like the only case I can think of. Um, but I haven't gone to like go-go bars and yeah, because I heard like there can be some issues where they suddenly want you to pay a lot of money and all this. I did go to one, but I just sat there drink Coca-Cola and watch movies. So that was pretty unproblematic. And if you want to have a good time, find a lady boy you can go out with. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah,
It sounds crazy, but it is fun. And
they are
just
nice.
make sure you trust them.
Yeah,
Just get to know them a little bit first.
yeah.
But yeah,
Because
well,
mostly people are easily judge them, even they
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know them.
yeah. Because they're a minority, and it's yeah. But I haven't. Yeah, I had good experiences with them. I would say.
They are so friendly. It depends if how you treat them. They treat you well. That
Yeah,
way.
I think that's the case for everyone,
Yeah.
but yeah. But I think there is a lot of stigma towards
Hmm.
lady boys. I think it's probably this place is probably the most tolerant in the world, maybe along with Thailand. But if you see like a transgender in Denmark, you're gonna have a tough time. You can't get a job. You can't barely go to school. It's very hard. And we're more tolerant here. It's in the culture.
Because we are in a democracy
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
country.
it's not. But they're gonna be marginalized in Denmark and in the West,
Even
almost everywhere.
even we are in a democracy country. Of course, we can't avoid to encounter some judgmental people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think democracy doesn't have any influence on how you view other people.
Yeah.
It's just the political way of thinking, and yeah, I don't know. Don't get me started on democracy. Not that I'm anti democratic, but it's not a perfect system. There's no perfect democracies anywhere, and there's also here. I haven't experienced it myself, but supposedly there's a lot of corruption because if you build a house or if you need something, you're gonna pay something under the table, most likely.
That's happening
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. So yeah, you can say this is a democratic country, but in some ways it favors the rich, and that's the same in any country. But I think especially a country like this, and that's not very democratic because the law should be equal for everyone, ideally. All right, I talked a lot.
Do you think when you okay, let's go back to the topic. Do you think Philippines is worth it to visit?
If it's worthwhile to visit it,
Mhm.
uh, yeah, yeah, I had a good time. There's a very specific, well, not just one reason, but there's one thing I really like about it as a foreigner. I love Southeast Asia and multiple countries in Southeast Asia, and I've been, Vietnam. But the thing I like about Philippines is everyone speaks English.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, they said like
Everybody's
that.
able to make a conversation, and even more in depth, and you can talk about almost anything
Even
with most people.
yeah, even the Filipinos are not fluent in English. We know how to speak even some
Yeah,
basic English. You know, if usually even we can speak directly what we want to say. Oh, we can use hand gesture or looks like that, so that someone who we gonna talk can understand us.
Yeah, yeah. You can talk about almost anything you want,
Mhm.
uh, especially if it's someone who's been to college or have some kind of education. They're gonna be quite fluent in English and
Yeah.
have a almost native English vocabulary. And the accent is really cute. I really like it, and the intonation is funny. I really like it.
Really?
Yeah, and another place that you can compare it to in terms of like the language is Singapore. They're also very good at English, but if any, I don't know. I really hate the Singlish, which is their version of English, and it sounds so annoying, and I dislike it. But the Filipino English sounds so cute. I love it. You got to diss Singapore a little bit.
But there are some foreigners that they don't like. I don't know why. Of course, there are some foreigners that don't like our accent because there's some words that they didn't understand it, but they didn't think that they do the same because their accent and their accent under some other words we can understand it well.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really interacted much with foreigners here
Mhm.
because I haven't really. This is this is almost well Angeles City, but there's a lot of weird foreigners in Angeles City that I don't really associate with. But that's a whole other conversation. So I don't really have much of an idea about foreigners here. Their view on I just yeah, I have my own perspective. Sure.
Okay. Thank you to allow me to interview you, Sir Raju. I hope you enjoy your holiday here in Boracay Island and explore more here in the Philippines if you have a chance. And how to, by the way, sir, how to say in Denmark if you want to say welcome or you want to invite your friends to visit the one place like Boracay?
In Danish, I would
Yeah.
say, jeg synes, I skal tage til Boracay, og der er rigtig mange danskere. Det er det eneste sted i Filippinerne, hvor jeg støder på danskere, og det er nærmest, der er nærmest for mange danskere. Man behøver slet ikke tale engelsk, man kan godt tale dansk.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank you.